I got diagnosed with cancer. Then, just as I was finishing Bible school, I was diagnosed with cancer. Here's what I can say about that. Adversity really gets your attention. This is what you can tell me about. Adversity really catches your attention. Suddenly, I was forced to face a problem that was too big for me to solve. Suddenly, you were forced to confront a problem that was too big for me to solve. I couldn't continue to pursue goals, tasks, and relationships in the same way. I couldn't continue pursuing goals, tasks, and relationships in the same way. I had to stop and re-evaluate everything. I had to stop and re-evaluate everything. Out of that time of facing adversity, I learned to rely on God in ways that I would never have in any other way. Out of that time of adversity, I learned to trust God in a way I never would any other way. Adversity became the classroom where I learned to become less like me and more like Christ. Adversity became the classroom where I have learned to be less like myself and more like Christ. Psalm 118. 5. 440. When hard pressed, I cried to the Lord, He brought me into a spacious place. Psalm 118. 5. When I cried to the Lord, and He brought me into a spacious place. Faith looks at adversity as an opportunity to declare. Psalm 118. 17. I shall not die, but live, and declare the works of the Lord. Faith looks at adversity as an opportunity to declare. Psalm 118. 17. I will not die, but live, and declare the works of the Lord. Adversity became the highway that increased faith's victory in my life. Adversity became the road that brought victory in my life. Proverbs 24:10. If you fail in times of trouble, how small is your strength? Proverbs 24:10. If you are lazy in the day of work, your strength will be reduced. Proverbs 24:10. The message. If you fail to pieces in a crisis, there wasn't much to you in the first place. Proverbs 24:10. The message. If you fall apart in a crisis situation, there wasn't much of you in the first place. The day of adversity reveals whether we are strong or weak in our faith. The day of adversity reveals whether we are strong or weak in faith. Here's the thing. We will be tested. Here's the thing. We will be tested. The question is, will our faith sustain us? The question is, does our faith sustain us? In the hour of adversity, we must draw on our past reservoirs of faith. In the hour of adversity, we must draw on our last reserves of faith. In the hour of trial, we do not have time to build up our faith. In the hour of trial, we do not have time to build our faith. That is why we must constantly be growing in faith, to be prepared. 441. This is why we must be constantly growing in faith. To be prepared. We sometimes mourn that a Christian we knew might have been faithful to the end except some tremendous adversity fell upon them. Sometimes we lament that a Christian who knew they could have been faithful to the end except some enormous adversities befell them.